Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He is the fourth child in a family of 5 children. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer. Fred made his fortune by building apartment buildings in New York City. Even though the Trump family was rich, Donald's early life wasn't always easy. He went to several schools, but didn't always get along with his teachers and classmates. When he was 13, Donald's parents sent him to a military academy. This school was very strict and helped him learn discipline and responsibility. Donald didn't always get the best grades in school, but he had a strong interest in business. He learned a lot about how to make money by watching his father, who was very successful in the real estate business. Donald's dad taught him about buildings, land, and how to make deals. His older brother, Fred Jr., was also part of the family business, but he decided to become a pilot instead. Sadly, Fred Jr. passed away at the young age of 43 because of alcoholism, which deeply affected Donald. Because of this, Donald decided never to drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. He starting his business career. After high school, Donald Trump went to college. He attended the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a degree from the Wharton School of Business, one of the best business schools in the country. Donald knew that he wanted to take over his family's real estate business. In 1971, he officially joined the company, which his father had built from the ground up. Donald changed the name of the business to the Trump Organization. At first, Donald worked on smaller projects like managing apartment buildings. However, he quickly began dreaming bigger. He moved the family business from smaller buildings in Queens and Brooklyn to larger, fancier projects in Manhattan, New York's biggest borough. He became known for his ambition and for building shiny new skyscrapers and hotels. One of his most famous projects was Trump Tower, which he built in the heart of Manhattan. The building became a symbol of Donald Trump's success and power. Over time, he added more high-profile properties to his portfolio, including hotels, casinos, golf courses, and even a resort in the country of Scotland, expanding the Trump brand. As Donald Trump's wealth and fame grew, so did his brand. He became a public figure and started appearing in the media. He made many public appearances, and soon, people began to recognize his name. He even bought the Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA beauty pageants, where young women competed for the title of Queen. Oh my God, it sounds like I get paid. I'd love this. Is that how? In 2004, Donald Trump became the star of his own TV show called The Apprentice. In this show, contestants competed for a job working for Trump. The show was very popular, and Donald's catchphrase, "You're fired," became well known. This added to his fame and helped him build his image as a successful businessman who knew how to make tough decisions. Before becoming an apprentice, Donald did a little bit of a writing job and was interning with WJFU. But while his TV and business career were growing, Donald's life was not without challenges. Some of his businesses, like Trump Steaks and Trump University, did not succeed, and he filed for bankruptcy several times. Bankruptcy is a legal process where a person or company is allowed to clear their debts, but it can damage a person's reputation. Donald Trump went through this process 6 times, but he always bounced back, using his name and fame to keep his businesses alive. Personal life and family. Donald Trump has been married 3 times. His first wife was Ivana Trump, a model from Czechoslovakia. They had 3 children together, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. Donald Jr. and Ivanka became very involved in their father's business, and Eric worked with the Trump Organization as well. In 1990, after 15 years of marriage, Donald and Ivana divorced. Their divorce was very public and messy, with many tabloids writing about it. Donald's second wife was Marla Maples, a woman he married in 1993. They had 1 child together, a daughter named Tiffany. However, they divorced in 1999. In 2005, Donald married his third wife, Melania Knaus, a former model from Slovenia. They had a son named Baron, who was born in 2006. Melania Trump became First Lady when Donald was elected president in 2016, and she worked on issues like children's welfare and cyberbullying. Entering politics. For many years, Donald Trump was mainly known as a businessman and TV personality. However, he had shown interest in politics long before he actually ran for office. He made a few attempts to run for president in the past, once in 1988 and again in 2000. But it wasn't until 2015 that he seriously decided to run for president. In June 2015, Donald Trump announced that he was running for president as a Republican. He made a speech where he said that the American dream was dead, but that he would bring it back bigger and better. He also made many controversial statements, including accusing Mexico of sending criminals, drugs, and rapists to the United States. He promised to build a huge wall along the US-Mexico border to stop illegal immigration. His remarks made him famous, but also made many people angry. Donald Trump's campaign was different from other politicians. He didn't always follow the traditional rules of campaigning. He spoke his mind and said what he thought, often on Twitter, which made him even more popular with his supporters, but also led to criticism from others. He was loud, bold, and sometimes rude, but his followers loved his style, and they admired his confidence and business success. Running for president and winning. In 2016, Donald Trump won the Republican nomination for president. He faced Hillary Clinton, the Democratic candidate, in the general election. The election was one of the most intense in history. Trump was a newcomer to politics, but he quickly became very popular among many voters who felt ignored by traditional politicians. He promised to bring jobs back to America, lower taxes, and stop illegal immigration. Despite facing many challenges and controversies, Donald Trump won the 2016 election and became the 45th president of the United States. He shocked many people, including pollsters and news organizations, who thought Hillary Clinton would win. He was sworn into office on January 20, 2017. Being president, Donald Trump's time as president was full of drama. He made big changes to U.S. policies, including withdrawing from climate agreements and pulling the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord. He also cut taxes, built a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico, and created strict immigration policies. Trump's presidency was full of conflicts, both with other countries and with members of his own government. He started a trade war with China, banned people from certain Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S., and made big changes to foreign policy, including recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He also made some important decisions that changed the country's legal system, like nominating 3 judges to the U.S. Supreme Court, which gave the court a more conservative majority. One of the biggest scandals of Trump's presidency came in 2019, when he was impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives. He was accused of pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political opponent, Joe Biden. The Senate, however, did not remove him from office. Trump was impeached a second time in 2021 after his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. But once again, he was not removed from office. 2020 election and aftermath. In 2020, Donald Trump ran for re-election against Joe Biden, the former vice president. The election was dominated by the coronavirus pandemic, and Trump faced heavy criticism for his handling of the crisis. Despite receiving more than 74 million votes, Trump lost the election to Joe Biden, who got over 81 million votes. And after the election, Trump refused to accept the results, claiming that the election was stolen from him. He made many false claims about voter fraud and tried to get the results changed. On January 6, 2021, after a rally where he spoke to his supporters, some of them stormed the Capitol building, trying to stop Congress from certifying the election results. The riot caused chaos and led to Trump being impeached for a second time, though he was acquitted in the Senate. Running for president again. Even though Trump lost the 2020 election, he didn't disappear from politics. In 2024, he announced that he would run for president again. He has continued to hold on to a large group of supporters, many of whom still believe in his promises to bring change to Washington. Donald Trump remains a very influential figure in American politics. Whether people love him or hate him, no one can deny that he has had a huge impact on the country's political landscape.